And we're back with another episode of the Hypercast. This is, of course, Hyperfix. John, joined here today by
Kyler.
And Natie.
And we're going to talk about a movie. More specifically, Another Round by Thomas Vinterberg. Came out in 2020. Yeah. Anyone know what episode this is?
6, I believe.
6.
Somewhere around there.
That much closer to episode 500.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So you're just gonna gloss over the fact that it's like a Danish film?
I mean, I would
It's
get to
not
there,
in
I
English?
guess. Yeah.
No.
It's not in English. You gotta watch with subtitles. Danish. Yeah. So, Vinterberg and Mads Mikkelsen's second movie together. Their first one, The Hunt. Another great movie. Maybe we'll do an episode on that. I don't know. It's a little older. I'm talking to myself here. Anyway, initial thoughts before we get into spoilers.
I thought the movie was very entertaining and very insightful. It was... Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I just had a few comments on it, but I thought it was a great movie to watch.
I liked it a lot. I thought the science behind it, whether it was true or not, was very interesting, at the very least. It was a pretty good movie overall.
Yeah. I loved this movie, yeah. That was my second time watching it. Phenomenal, you know. Thomas Vinterberg's always got a way of making movies. And obviously Mads Mikkelsen is phenomenal, as always. So, yeah.
If you want a song to get stuck in your head for a week on repeat, listen to What a Life.
Uh-huh.
It's the closing song, and it...
And the opening song.
Yeah.
Is it the opening song, too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Different
Wow.
version of it, but...
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah,
listen to that one.
very
Anyway,
catchy.
if you haven't seen the movie yet, Get Out. Go watch it. It's on, well, don't watch Get Out. Leave and go watch Another Round. It's on Hulu right now. So, you have no excuse.
Exactly.
Put on subtitles.
Yeah.
Definitely put on subtitles.
Unless you know Danish.
I don't know if they'd be listening to us if they... Well,
I mean...
2 languages.
Pretty sure every other country speaks English.
That's true.
Shame on us.
Hey, I took 4 years of Spanish, so...
That doesn't mean you speak Spanish. Actually,
Oh.
you speak Spanish pretty well.
Tell that to my Spanish teacher.
Oh boy. So, anyway...
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers. And also a content warning as well. This movie was very geared toward alcoholism
Binge drinking.
and binge drinking and a lot of, drinking. So if that is an issue for you or you cannot handle hearing about alcoholism, I would not suggest listening further.
Yeah.
Because this movie is, very heavily involved with alcohol.
Well, for all of you who are still here, hopefully there's some of you.
Considering we just tried to kick
Yeah, we
out half of the audience, we're like, leave if this, and this.
Anyway. Yeah, we were like, it's a foreign film. Go watch it if you haven't. Trigger warning. Okay, anyone who's still back here. But yeah, so... Anyone want to start with something?
Unrelated to the film. If you missed the last 2 episodes, it's because we've been having issues with our technology uploading the podcast to Spotify. So we're working on
on a fix.
The Hyperfix. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
man.
back to the movie.
They all just unsubscribed. Oh, boy.
Aw.
Yeah, I just watched it on my phone. Just
Hey, if they unsubscribed, that means they were subscribed. So...
dropped to -4.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
So anyway, I liked the film was very happy. Okay, for the most part, it was a pretty happy film.
Tragic comedy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
entertaining. It was fun to watch. There were a lot of parts that
A lot of funny scenes.
Yeah.
One that comes to my head right away is when they're in the classroom and he's like, and he brings up FDR, Churchill, and Hitler.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Congrats, you just nominated Hitler for president.
Yeah. That's funny.
It is pretty funny up until the point where their friend dies.
Yeah.
No, well,
other than
then
that,
he
it's
finds out
very
that his
funny.
Oh, yeah.
wife is cheating on him.
Yeah,
That too.
He gets, he dumps his wife. But that's kind of like, I think the film sort of mirrors like alcoholism and the dangers of drinking, because one minute it's you're high on life and, you're loving it, and then it comes
Nice.
crashing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the film, it's 20 minutes where him and his wife get divorced. His kids are kind of like, he's splitting time with his kids, and then his best friend dies.
Right. After he spends like the night at his house trying to clean up and stuff like that.
Well, he died months later.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That, from what we saw in the film.
Because it actually goes from them partying in a bar to immediately, like, his son having to take him home and then getting into an argument, and then everything spirals.
There's a lot of harsh cuts in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically it'll jump right from one scene into the other. There's no, there's no transition.
Yeah.
It just kind of, and there's no like symmetry between the scenes either.
Yeah, you're watching one scene and all of a sudden, here's this man sitting in his underwear playing a piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening scene, you don't see any of the main characters there. You don't see Martin, Tommy, any of the four of them. It's all the students running around drinking. And I think that's sort of like a representation of like their culture. So obviously it's very different from like America. That's all I can comment on, to be honest. I don't know enough about. But that students are drinking. They have drinking games. They have the, what do they call it, lake race?
Well, and they explained that in the classroom to Martin. Wow.
Martine.
Been in Spanish class for
Martini.
Martini. And they explained it to Martin like during the class, and like it's down low, and the principal's funny about that whole situation. She was like, "So we know that there's open containers on campus. Has anyone seen any of the students drinking?" And then just leaves.
Where
it
she
at
like
that.
casually brings it up.
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh."
Yeah. Well, we see the start of the film. The teacher's like, "All right, we got to stop the drinking," and it's kind of like a side plot where they have to avoid being caught, right?
Right.
And I love how the teachers were looking at each other like, can we actually stop that?
Yeah, they said something like, that's like trying to stop the, what did they say? They said something.
I don't remember.
Someone made a joke.
Somebody did.
Nicola or Peter made a joke. That's gonna haunt me.
Usually I remember those.
Yeah.
Oh well. We'll figure it out later. Yeah. I thought the movie was cute. I liked Tommy's dog.
Oh,
Wasn't cute, but
that he
like,
had to carry.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was on the boat when Tommy died with him.
I think I literally gasped at that part.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's not a human in there. It's just a dog.
Yeah. Oof. That
Well,
ending, man.
And
Yeah.
didn't they like foreshadow that earlier where he was like, oh yeah, oh we have life jackets, and they're like, you're a gym teacher, shouldn't you know how to swim?
Yeah.
And, like,
Then Tommy's last conversation with Martin was very like,
goodbye.
I don't know when I'll see you again. It was very like, you need to do this last thing for me.
Yeah.
With him and Annika.
Right. See, I think would have made the movie better for me, or just made it like, I could have cried like at the funeral scene and stuff like that if they like put the camera on specs a little bit longer in the church. Like they showed him like putting a rose on the casket, but like he looked pretty sad in that one like small second shot in the church. But if they like kept the camera on him for just a little bit longer,
They gave him a song.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
He definitely, I don't know if that was a...
Well, like
it's a lot of pressure for a little kid, too.
Yeah.
I know, he looked sadder in the church than he did outside. I don't know. It was just my perception of the movie. So like, if the camera was like on there for just like 3 seconds more, then I would have cried.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the closest I've come to crying in a while.
Oh boy.
Well, it's very it's like it's stark in its contrast between the rest of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. With the uplifting, drinking and then everything, and they're all happy and they're goofing around at the bar. And then for Martin to lose his best friend.
Yeah.
Some of the characters. Which one was the psychology teacher? Is that Peter?
Peter or Nikolaj.
Nikolaj, he's the choir teacher, right?
One of them is one. I'm forgetting.
I don't.
Okay, so anyway, the
Name's
psychology
God.
teacher that has the family at home, the one dude that peed the bed.
Oh, yeah.
See, I was kind of.
That's Nikolaj.
That's Nikolaj?
Mhm.
Okay. I was kind of. At first, I was kind of annoyed that they didn't show enough of him in the classroom. Because we saw the gym teacher, and we saw Martin, and then we saw the choir teacher, but we didn't see the psychology class getting better. And I was kind of annoyed by that at first, but now looking back on it, I was very annoyed by his character. I didn't like his. So I'm
But now
glad.
you don't care about him enough for it to
Yeah.
for actually need to see the classroom for that guy.
Right. Like, I would have liked if I saw a little bit of it getting better, but I don't know. It was because they showed it at the beginning and how boring his psychology class
That was like the first classroom they showed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think they showed psychology and then history.
Or was it gym and then psychology?
I don't know.
I remember seeing the gym one first.
Yeah, I think the gym was first.
But yeah, I would have wished that they showed his interaction, but then again, I didn't like him very much, so.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean,
I would have wanted to see him more,
Yeah.
but then I didn't really care.
I realized I didn't like him as much as I thought I did. But it's interesting because it's a movie where these four people are so prevalent, but it's also made very clear that Martin's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's almost like those other four characters are just kind of like they're almost encouraging him. It's unhealthy encouragement to get him to drink and whatever.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting how he's still the main character, even though those three are still very much almost main characters.
Yeah. A lot of character development. I really like that. This film did a good job of. Other than the four main characters, obviously you didn't have a lot, but you really only need a lot from your four main characters. Your main characters. But Martin had a lot going on. You knew what was happening with Nikolaj. Nikolaj or Nikolai? Nikolaj. And,
Yeah.
Peter had his own thing. And obviously Tommy had his own thing.
Yeah.
They were all very prevalent in the film. And they felt important.
And you knew what was going on in their lives. Like, you didn't get it mixed up. You're like, it made it clear what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, who was who.
You got glimpses into everyone's lives and how this was, affecting them.
Another thing that bothered me, I don't remember his name, but Peter gave the student tips on, like, drinking before his exam.
Yeah.
I don't know, that kind of bothered me a little bit. I mean, I guess it could be, like, considered passing the torch-ish, somewhere like that, but I don't know, it just kind of bothered me, and I was expecting them to get in trouble, but that would have been a whole nother plot line in another, like, 30 minutes or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about, like, the culture to...
Yeah.
Maybe that's, like... I know the students drink way more than, American students do.
Yeah.
Well...
No, they definitely do. Every single kid in there did the lake race.
That's true.
I mean, that's an 100%, student drinking percentage. That's definitely not that high in America.
No, percentage-wise, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, drink for drink-wise. I would say there are some
That
students...
one kid had 55 units in a week.
That was awful.
Okay, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
I concede.
Yeah. It's very much, like, in the culture more, These were high school, right? Like our equivalent to high school,
Yeah.
kind of.
Mm,
But even
I
at the
didn't realize
end,
that.
even at the end,
Yeah, they were high school.
they were on the boat and they have champagne
Oh,
Yeah,
and they're drinking and they're celebrating and there's parents there, there's teachers there, and it's they're letting it happen.
That would never be allowed.
They're giving their teacher shots.
Right. Do we want to talk about the ending scene now?
Sure.
What a life. We can jump back. We'll come back to stuff if we think.
Yeah.
Guess we're on it now. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But second time the song is used. Students are present in both versions, both times when the song is used.
Students are singing in the last one.
Yeah. We finally see Martin dance. Finally. After almost 2 hours of everyone begging him to do his, was it jazz ballet?
Yes.
Yeah, it's jazz ballet.
He dances. And it's very, like, bittersweet, because he's dancing and there's a happy song, but it was always Tommy who wanted him to dance. It was always Tommy who was telling everybody how good of a dancer he was. It's like a send-off to Tommy, almost.
Well, he ends the dance by jumping in the water.
Just like Tommy.
Oh.
Doesn't Tommy jump in the water, like, to swim across the thing, too?
Is that Tommy?
No, I thought that was Peter.
I don't think that's Tommy.
Oh, I thought it was...
Eh,
I'm getting them mixed up.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't actually remember.
I know one of them did.
Was it Nikolaj? Because he was trying to find the fresh cod.
Okay, that was
He was
Peter.
in the taxi. And I know it wasn't Martin.
Peter.
It was either Peter or Tommy, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think it was Tommy. I think it was Peter. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know how I felt.
It could have been Tommy, because Tommy can't swim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I liked them ending the. I mean, I guess it was cute, but like ending the movie with them drinking after they found out like what it could do to them.
It almost felt like Last Hurrah, though.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really feel like them falling back into their
I
tendencies.
got mixed feelings about that.
It just felt like a send-off to Tommy more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because he was always the heaviest drinker. They're having one last...
When they'd go over to his house and Tommy was like, "You want a beer?"
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, he said no. "Do you want a beer?"
Yeah. After getting kicked out of school for coming in drunk, he's offering Martin beers.
Mm-hmm.
But... So I think it was... I don't know if it was... that's how I interpreted it.
I interpret it as a send-off, too.
Yeah. Like a send-off to both leaving this chapter of their lives behind and, remembering Tommy.
And almost like a... Yeah, send-off.
Yeah.
I was going to say a moving on, too.
Yeah.
Like we still need to go live our lives even though we lost Tommy.
Yeah. And Martin's entering a very strange time in his life when the movie ends,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting back
Him
with
and
his
his
wife.
wife are, deciding if they want to get back together or not. They're mid-divorce, but not all the love is not gone, right?
And
Peter's
Peter's
a
getting a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nikolaj is trying to get his life back on track with his wife. So they're all entering, new points in their lives, which
And new
inherently is all caused by their alcoholism near the end.
and awkward, too. Like, I feel like all of those are awkward in their own
Yeah, well, it's
aspects.
Different
they're all
for them.
very difficult at the minimum. And the movie, maybe at times it almost like glorifies it, right?
Yeah.
But the movie is very clear and binge drinking is bad.
Right.
Like, these characters are so much worse off than they were at the start of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Martin is struggling to keep his family together. Nikolaj is having to put his family back together. One of them is dead, and Peter is... I don't know, I guess Peter's better, maybe?
Influencing other kids.
Well, I guess that was worse. Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's how his life got worse. There it is. But, yeah.
Coach, why can't you have some of your water?
Tommy. Did you like Spec, Natie? Was that your favorite character?
He was cute. I just wanted to give him a hug.
He got a hug. Tommy gave him a hug.
Dude.
Nice hug.
Dude. He was adorable. And I'd have to agree with you about the glorifying part because, like, when they went to .01, what is it? It starts with a B.
BAC.
BAC, thank you.
Blood alcohol content.
Yeah. Because when they were all at that point, like, everything was going well for them. Martin's class was going great. Tommy's team was scoring goals. Peter's choir was sounding fantastic. We don't really know about... I'm assuming Nikolaj's class was going well. We didn't see that. But, like, it seemed like they were all doing well. And especially that moment when they went into the gym teacher's, like, little crow's nest thingy. They went to the little crow's nest and was listening to a song, and they, like, were all there and feeling the music and stuff like that, and it glorified it and just made it seem like, yeah, this is what they should be doing every day. This sounds awesome.
Well, it's interesting because, like, it's almost like a mindset thing for them because none of, like, it's always like, his classroom got better not because he's drinking.
Because he got more confident.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he said in the movie, he was saying that he was feeling more confident even when he wasn't drinking. Like, it was having a positive impact when he was and when he wasn't.
Even when he was camping, when they went camping.
Yeah.
They made it clear that...
he was didn't have any alcohol in his system. Yeah.
Any more scenes?
I liked how the boys sang the Denmark anthem at Tommy's funeral. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Cute.
I liked the directing. I mean, Vinterberg's pretty good. He got a Best Director nomination at the Oscars. I like how the camera movement changes from when they're drinking and when they're, either hungover or sober. It goes from very, sporadic almost, where it's moving around a lot, versus when they're sober, it's more still.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd have to watch the movie again and focus on that. Because I remember seeing one scene where this camera was, like, shaking.
Right.
And I was like, what?
Whenever
Why
they're,
are they
like,
doing that?
on alcohol or, like, it happens a few times when Martin's having almost, like, a revelation. The camera's a lot more, like, almost references, like, Martin's mindset, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when his kids are kind of, like, ignoring him, and he's like, oh, man, my family's kind of falling apart a little here. The camera, like, moves up to him, follows him, but it's not steady.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it was interesting, like, the 3 steps that they took. Or was it 2 or 3? There's 3 parts.
There was 3 parts.
I don't remember what the first one was.
The first one was the beginning of the experiment. The second one was stepping it up, and the third one was quitting.
Third one was, like, seeing how far you could go.
Yeah.
Oh, the third
Like,
one was seeing how far you could
The
go.
third one was, like, getting, like, the most drunk you could. Which, I don't know, I felt for Martin because he wanted, like, he was hesitant about taking the drink. He was about to leave.
Right.
And, like, that drink was seemed like it was very strong. It had absinthe in it, which has, like, opium in it. Makes you hallucinate, which is not good.
Well,
so,
it depends on who you at. I'm just kidding. It's not good.
Same.
Kidding.
Oh boy. Which is not great, especially for them, and they are older as well, which can make that a little difficult, and, I don't know, make it harder for them to rebound. with that as well. And so, I don't know. I think that would just be, I don't know. I felt for Martin because he couldn't, he was so invested in the idea.
Couldn't walk away.
He could, yeah. He was in it.
How old were they?
40s.
Oh, I was thinking they were older than that.
Well, Nikolaj is 40. Martin's probably older than the rest of them. Because they reference he's been at the school for longer.
That's true.
So he's probably late 40s. Tommy's probably mid 40s. Nikolaj is probably 40, around there. Peter's probably, late 30s, 40s.
I also wonder what they were going to do with that information, like, after they have the report. Because they can't turn it into any psychology board, because that's definitely, like, it's going to get denied. Just because it puts people in risk and in danger and stuff like that.
Say, that breaks ethical
Yeah,
codes.
right. They wouldn't be allowed to publish it. So I was just...
It was probably more of a justification for them doing it than
so
anything.
I think it was just for their own fun. Because they would, like, even in Denmark, they wouldn't be allowed to use it. It's an international ethics board. But, yeah. I mean, it'd be a case study down the line, but there'd be some ethical concerns. But, I don't know, that'd be interesting. I can see what you're saying about, like, it being a justification for them. Just to do it.
I remember a few scenes that John brought up while we were watching it. There's the scenes where they were, like, playing like kids.
Yeah.
Just thought
Oh, yeah, you called them, like big little kids. Like,
I don't know.
I just thought they were interesting scenes, and it showed how, even though they were older, they still didn't necessarily know that much about the world.
Yeah.
Like, they were still trying to figure out their lives, and they're still trying to get along like kids. Which I think is interesting if you think about it in the aspect of the whole movie, in that they were kind of acting like kids the entire time.
Yeah. So do we want to get into ratings now?
yeah.
Rating time. Anyone want to start? Anyone want to scapegoat someone else?
You were debating on
I
your
can
rating.
start.
You were debating on it? You want someone else to start?
No, I can start.
Yeah.
I was debating between a 9 and a 10. And I think I'm going to go with a 10. And my justification is that I like the movie a lot. I liked the science, like I said before. Whether it was real or not, I honestly have no idea. I didn't do any research. But I think it was an interesting concept in the fact that alcohol could relax you to the point that you could still function but have courage. And I also liked how you can take the movie to have a lot of different meanings.
Yeah.
And it just had a lot that was open for interpretation. And it got at my emotions a little bit.
Hit you in the heartstrings.
So, 10.
Yeah.
I think that I would give it a 9 out of 10, just because I personally do not drink and have been around people that...
Well, none of us drink.
Well, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family doesn't, but my extended family does, and so it's been interesting being a part of that and watching them, and it's been interesting. So I guess just watching this movie, because sometimes drunk people get on my nerves, because I've had to deal with them and stuff like that, and so I guess just part of this movie, again, pulls at some emotions and stuff like that, but I thought that it was great directing. I was enjoying the movie. I had fun. I almost cried. It was sad. It was just a lot of ups and downs, and it was just kind of a feel-good movie. It was nice. I liked it.
I'm gonna give it a 10. It's tied for my favorite movie of 2020. Three-way tie, so we're not very hopeful there.
Do we get to know the other two later?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends what we watch. But so do you want me to not say the other two?
Cute a surprise.
Okay. Well, anyway, I gave it a 10. I gave Vinterberg and Mads Mikkelsen's last movie, The Hunt, a 10. Big fan of his work, especially when he worked with Mads. Yeah, great performances, phenomenal directing. Soundtrack is great, the story's great. Foreign films really are pretty good, pretty damn good. So
yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
if you are not watching foreign films, you're probably missing out.
I'd suggest A Beautiful Life.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire, The Hunt.
Another round.
I
I
Way to go,
don't know
Tyler.
anymore.
Yeah. So what's that average? 9.67?
7.5. Oh yeah, that'd be 9.67.
So that makes it something.
Pretty good.
At least our second highest.
I think it's our highest we've ever talked about.
Oh, that
yeah,
we've talked
maybe
about.
the highest we
There's-
talked about. Actually, you're right.
So if we're wrong on that, blame someone else.
Let us
blame
know
us.
in the comments below.
I'll take the
Oh,
blame
yeah.
for it. That's fine. You
Way
can
to
yell
go,
at Kyler.
Kyler.
Yell at Kyler in the
I
comments.
can check right now, actually. Looking through. Yeah. Yeah. Highest we've talked about. Beating out Nightcrawler?
Wow.
Or
What was
Yeah.
Nightcrawler?
what did Issa give it? A 7 or an 8?
Ugh, I don't know.
remember.
7? I want to say a 7.
8.25. Then it beat out Taxi Driver, which was an 8.67.
It's impressive.
So,
Wow, way to go, another round.
yeah, another round beat out Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
I'm sure the internet is going to love us for that one. We're going to get zero hate for having
No hate.
for having another round have a higher score than Taxi Driver by
Only
4 points.
love.
Yep. The internet will agree with us.
Speaking of love,
Show us some love
please
on this video.
like and subscribe on our YouTube.
Follow our socials, which are on screen now.
Kyler, you need a tissue?
I just want to be loved.
He wants to feel love like Donna Summers. Anyways. Nope.
Yep, you're the only one that got reference, buddy.
Dang, that was a good reference.
If you got that reference, you can say something.
Come on.
If you DM us on Instagram, you can speak directly to John.
Yeah, we'd respond.
We would.
We
We would.
We'll have a full-on conversation.
Yeah. You can tell me why you think I'm wrong on all my ratings. Just
Mhm.
wait till we get to, like, the Titanic, and then you can come tell me why I'm wrong. Or any Marvel movie. You can yell at me.
Got it.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, that was another round.
And this has been another episode of the Hypercast. We know binge drinking is bad, but if you could binge watch our content, that'd be great.
Do
Thank
that
you.
instead.
Yeah.
Alright.
Binge drinking's bad, okay?
Okay.
See ya.